What up, nerds? Let's do this. An easy way to get across the canvas with just 3 colors. Okay, let's get some white on here. I didn't like this painting, so I'm painting over it. It always feels really good to do that. Let's get some white on here. Let's get this phthalo green on there. Hopefully it still kind of works as a paint. This is really old paint. Some tube paint. Woo! I'm just going to take like a round brush. This is a round size 4, pretty big. This is a 16 by 20, I think. Pretty common size I use. I got a little matte medium here. Just to make the paint more slippery. And then flow, which is basically like better than water. Okay, here we go. Let's get from one end of the canvas to the other. Starting over here. I'm just going to move some paint there. Okay. Here we go. It's basically left to right and up and down are your movements. And you can do it fast or slow. And you can do it thick paint or thin paint. And you can stay in the corner and make sure everything is covered. Or you can just start going crazy, go all the way across. Start getting it going. You really want to get across this painting before it dries. So if you notice it's drying, you can add water. Let's say we want to get across this whole thing before it dries. Here we go. Let's focus on the top corner. The only rule of this like slashing, basket weaving, lattice method is just keep going. And when your eye sees a spot that you don't like, go over it. Now I'm trying to go as fast as I can because there's wet paint here out, right? So if I'm running out of paint, I notice my brush feels dry, I'm getting it more wet or I'm grabbing more paint. Right now I'm not too worried about how the design looks. I don't want to go back over things too many times because then it turns to mud. Right now, there's interesting things happening in the colors. All right. Always go right to the edge, or after it dries, you'll wish you had. You will always wish you had gone way over the edge. Oops, making a mess. I don't care. Notice I haven't cleaned my brush once. Notice I haven't changed my brush once. Now if I start noticing every time I slash it turns to mud, I will clean my brush. But, oh, that part looks so pretty. Don't mess it up, Eva. The urge to cross things out is so strong and fun. And it's cool. You can mess it up, destroy it, and then go back and fix it. Now, I'm just trying to be bold. Totally forgot this green was over here. Let's get some of that. Now, notice it's only been a couple minutes and I'm really making my way across this canvas. I'm just trying to cover up any spots that look really bad out of place. It's okay if the old painting peeks through some spots. That makes it interesting, right? If you notice it's all turning to mud, put your original paint colors back on here. Look, I'm gonna wipe. I just have so much paint on here, but I like how it looks so far. So let's get to the edge. Just get my edges covered. Trying to do slash marks while leaving some of the paint not mixed so it looks cool and there's weird little chunks and swirls and things to look at. I don't even want to add more paint, so I'm just going to pull paint that I see here that's thick in spots where I don't like it. Like I just grabbed a bunch of that color paint, so now watch, I'm going to move it over to this side of the canvas. Get in there. This is an extremely relaxing way to paint. You can cover old paintings like this. You can do backgrounds. You can fill things in on paintings like this. And it doesn't really require any brain power at all. You're just going up, down, left, right. Sometimes right, left. Sometimes down, up. I mean, come on. It's like a meditation, like a little dance. So right now, if I wanted to add a color, I could really make like a burst of color come out. There's so much paint on here. I'm really trying to not add more paint. And I wanted to show you a cool way of painting. If anyone's ever watching you paint, you get nervous, start doing slash marks, little basket weaving here. It's really fun. People like to watch it. It feels good to do it. Look, I only need one brush. It's really getting blended, but I'm liking little pockets of it. I don't want to go too far. Okay. And now I just want to show you real quick, since I have you here. I'm washing the brush for the very first time. I'm going to get one color and just burst it in here. I hope it works. I'm not too worried about it. It might clash. Let's go cerulean. I just want to show you what happens if you just think, it needs something. Put a little color on there. Everything's still wet, so it'll still blend. Up, down, left, right. Try to keep it subtle. Look how subtle that was. Restraint. Practiced. I'm almost going too far here now. It's okay. Oh, that was satisfying. Little blue right there. Little marks. Little fun marks. All right. A little tiny that green. Okay, so now I'm going to blow dry this so I can show you what it looks like dry. Okay, it's basically dried. Looks pretty cool. Got a lot of interesting spots on it. So, now you know how to cover a canvas in a couple minutes. Now I'm going to switch brushes and show you what that looks like. Phthalo green, titanium white, and blue green. So this is what it looks like when you use a smaller round brush. Purposely using one I got at the dollar store. So with a smaller round brush, you can do more controlled basket weaving. Watch this. So just by changing the shape of our brush, not the shape, but the size to smaller, we can get more defined. Because see here, this is how thick the last round brush is. And now we can get in there and do smaller thicknesses on top of it. I might have put too much paint out, but that's always how I roll. And again, all I'm thinking about is what part of this painting don't I like? And I'm just going to cover it up. Keep in mind, I'm just trying to explore here. There's no rules. It's okay if you don't like it. All we're doing is continuously covering up little tiny parts we don't like until one day or 1 minute, you just start to feel that it's more done. I'm going to switch brushes one more time so you can see another way of doing this. I am going to do the last little demonstration here with a filbert, a small one. These are called Color Factory I get them at Ben Franklin. They're in the crafting section. I don't even think these are in the paintbrush section, which is funny. So I'm just going to use two colors that might clash here so you can see what's happening. Quinacridone purple, Hansa yellow, some flow mixed with water, and a tiny bit of matte medium. Okay, I got my mini filbert, and it just does kind of like a more, I feel like a more of a controlled grid than the round brush. And I'll show you what I mean. There's something about the filbert that makes the, if you want, the grid here so defined, you can control it. You can make it thick this direction. You can make it thin this direction. So you can go back and do this almost the same motions as the round brush here. But we got the filbert, so why don't use the full filbertness? And filberts hold a lot of paint. So see how I can push paint way across this painting with this filbert. And yellow and red make orange, supposedly, so we'll see. If we blend this enough here, I just wanted to show you that sometimes you don't have the paint color you want. You want green, but you only have yellow and blue. Mix them together! It seems obvious, but when you don't know what to paint, you don't know what to do on a canvas, start doing this. It is so fun to just keep doing it over and over again. I'm going to let this dry. I'm going to come back, maybe add some red. You know what? There was one thing I did want to show you. Since I have you here, there's some colors out there, green gold, for example, that are a very transparent color. So let's say we have our little slasher pattern here. Where's a dry spot? Kind of over here. Okay. Instead of me using these colors as the colors, I can go over some of these patterns with another color and just use it as a pattern. Let me show you what I mean. This color is really clear. So when it goes on here, this pattern will show through. So let's just say I have like something I'm painting right here. Woman's head, flower. And I want to turn the background green. But I still want to see those little slashy marks I made. I'm going to grab my clear color, add some flow to it. Probably added too much of that. Wow. I just wanted to show you that I can unify multiple colors under this. I can now, this blue, all these colors are now unified under this green, gold. And quickly, if you're creative, you can see how cool this application is. Like, whoa, I just made a cool pattern, and now I changed it to the color I really need. So instead of having just a green background, you have this varied green background. I'm just trying to shoot a bunch of ideas out to you to show you how much fun you can have with this method that I call basket weaving. Somebody called it lattice work. Other people called it slash marks. So whatever you want to call it, tell me in the comments what I should call it. I'll stick with that. But show me or explain to me all the cool things you've done with this. If you have questions, I'll make another video. Thank you so much for watching me. Again, this is a very relaxing style of painting. You shouldn't worry if anyone's ever going to see it or like it. Just have fun doing it, okay? You got this.